A light sea breeze kisses your cheek and carries away the smell of blood wafting up from the deck. In the distance, Fort Joy looms.
What were they thinking, standing against an Eternal? I almost pity the poor, ignorant beasts.
I'll be damned if I ever set foot on that island again. Don't care who I have to bury.
A hard-fought freedom, sure. But if spilling blood is bad, it shouldn't be so agreeable. Onward now. The sooner Fort Joy disappears from the horizon, the better. Perhaps the Seekers need help manning the ship.
I remember this one. His name was Kerban. His friend's sword couldn't save him.
Show us the way forward. Deliver us from peril. Sendelius, pray to you for my Seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation. Sendelius, pray to you for my Seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation. Sendelius, pray to you for my Seeker brethren. Show us the path to salvation. Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest. Don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you alive. The ship won't sail. We had orders to search every corner of it and figure out what's blocking us. It's hewn from elven livewood. I thought I could communicate with it, but
She glances over towards a smouldering pile of ash on the deck nearby. Something is nestled within it. Fragments of scorched bone.
that was Brendan. When the ship wouldn't answer my call, he touched the figurehead, and it attacked him, without warning. He burned, like he was made of parchment.
Her eyes flick over to the smouldering ashes once again, her head held at a despondent angle.
Thank you. We were held captive together, on this ship. He kept my spirits up. Now he's dead. Nothing. The ship is live wood, that much is clear. But I couldn't communicate with it. The Magisters must have done something, warped it somehow. I just don't know what.
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the likeness of a dragon. It looms over the bow, its fangs bared at the open sea. At that moment, the ship serendipitously creaks beneath you, almost like it is acknowledging your observation. Searing pain races up your arm. The ship senses you. It's angry. The pain intensifies. It's spreading.
Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest.
The figurehead looms ahead, continuing its silent watch. The figurehead searing pain. The pain in your arm subsides to a dull tingle. The scales on your hand are scorched. The figurehead looms ahead. Searing pain races up your arm. The pain in your arm the pain intensifies.
Spare me, Gareth. We got what we came for. This is what success looks like.
I won't see them tossed overboard. Not here. We'll hold a proper service.
What's-his-face and so-and-so would want us to get this ship sailing before all else. They died for those Godwoken, after all.
You know their names, Malady. Can't you even pay them that much respect?
Gareth inhales sharply, then catches you out of the corner of his eye and smiles, barely.
Our guest stirs. Welcome, Godwoken. Glad to see you safely aboard.
Very glad indeed.
Too many.
One too few, actually. Alexander, he's alive. Apparently, you didn't hit hard enough.
He's in the hold below decks. Unconscious, but alive. Question him. Someone has been hunting your kind, and Alexander fancies himself the only Godwoken worthy of ascending. As far as we know, you may even be the last still alive. If Alexander is guilty, he'll face justice. Yes, we certainly had better, but the ship won't move.
She's mute. We need to free her tongue.
You're welcome to try, though I doubt it'll help.
What Gareth means to say is don't bother. Livewood will only move when it wants to, or in this tub's case, when it's forced to. That's right. The ship's made of an elven ancestor tree, the spirit of which is still trapped in every plank. What we need is a way to control the bloody thing.
The Seekers, the survivors of us, have been combing the ship from bow to rudder. It hasn't been easy. This place is laced with dark magic.
These Seekers have such a limited skill set.
We lost a man in the search. Malady might not appreciate that, but I do. And I hope you do too.
I'm sure the Godwoken will be able to get the ship moving. They kind of like to feel useful, don't they?
It's your best that'll save us all.
There must be something around here. Something we're missing. Nothing on any of the dead bodies. Maybe there's something below.
What is it, Red? Please, don't.
You made it, Godwoken. Good. Not all of us did, though. The sooner we leave this island behind us, the better.
You made it out. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure you had it in you, but I'm glad you did. Hero of the Seekers, eh?
An amused expression crinkles the crow's feet at Iffin's greying temples. His face looks a lot older than the bright green eyes gazing out.
Nice to meet another so-called Godwoken.
He looks deep into your eyes and sees...
Cute.
The silent monk leans forward slightly and stares at you straight in the eyes. The silent monk leans...
She's a fickle mistress. She's mine, damn it. Let's team up, you and me. What do you say?
He drags a comb through his beard. His face bears the scars of a hearty life. But
this boat's a treasure. Dallas wouldn't know what to do with her.
Glad to have you with us, Prince, but I can't talk right now. If we don't figure out how to get the ship moving, we're dead.
I must say, you may not be an eternal, but you are certainly not as temporary as many. Personally, I am just glad that I do not have to walk back to Reaper's Coast. Wind travel may be primitive, but it is at least efficient. Livewood, you have taken a dead elf and carved it into a pleasure yacht? I knew you people were barbarians. I had no idea you were sadists, too. Well, no matter. Whatever gets me to Reaper's Coast quickly. I have an excavation site to explore. The only treasure worth digging for. Knowledge. I was investigating a site where several artifacts of my people have been found. Some were even intact. Alas, I was not the only one there. Those red-robed idiots were scurrying about too, trampling precious clues under their ignorant boots. They caught me when I failed to correctly respond to their questions, and dragged me here. Still, it's good to be on the move again. Well, you see, I have a rather pressing engagement at the Black...
the skeleton breaks off mid-sentence as he notices your hand. He pulls out a notebook, flicking through it, running a finger down the pages.
Physical contact, voice lowered, coy looks. Good heavens. Is this a mating ritual? Why, that would be excellent! I have been curious about this for some time. The social interactions, the expectations, the mechanics. Come now, let's begin immediately. I shall cook...
Fane grabs your hand.
well, that was... I mean, I had read all the leading authorities on it. It's just... that thing you did with your tongue, it was quite unexpected. A team? You certainly seemed capable in Fort Joy, and a companion on Reaper's Coast could be quite educational. Very well. I am open to this. I believe you normally spit on your palms to seal agreements, but I seem to lack the fluid and the desire to touch you. I hope a hearty verbal agreement will suffice. Very well. Let's be off.
Sweet Divine. Oh, poor Duggan. I can't believe...
Now is not the time for a bath. The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice its unblemished wood. There is no knot, no scratch, no dent to detract from its apparent perfection. The wood groans and creaks. A face appears in the wood, tortured and tormented. A six-sided indentation in the face vanishes. The door remains closed. It seems you need more than a password. The door remains unmarked. The thud of your... The door remains the anguished... The door remains... The door stays...
Hey! You're here! Pretty nice boat, eh? We got an upgrade. There's got to be another way to get it going, but we can't find a way into Dallas's room. Maybe you can see something we can't.
Speak to me if you're looking for hired help. I've got good fighters of every stripe. They know how to keep their mouths shut too, as long as there's gold in it for them. So, what'll it be? Fast hands and faster wits, is that it? Tell me more, and I'll see you get just what you're after. A lot of choice, I know.
We've braved the joy, and I lust for further adventure.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine. The Seeker flexes her arms stiffly. Her joints audibly pop. She sees you draw near.
I owe you, Godwoken. Without your help, I'd likely still be a prisoner around here, not guarding Alexander the Bloody Divine himself.
She nods her thanks and immediately winces, laying her hand on the back of her neck.
We're a big bloody target on our backs. We took their leader and their flagship. The Hammer won't stand for that. She'll be hunting for us.
The Seeker throws a toxic look at the imprisoned Magister.
Hardly. She's just some deckhand. If it were up to me, I'd tie her to the main mast and use her for arrow practice. But Malady wants her alive for now. No. They had her stand below, chained up in the dark. But but the Reds were up to something in here. Maybe it was just the lack of food and rest playing tricks, but I swear I heard chanting and horrible moaning coming from here. But when we broke free, it was empty. Good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold, and the other one ain't in much of a talking mood. All right then, just don't make me regret it.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere? So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing. The old band back together again, I guess that depends. Look at me. Hard. What do you see?
Losa leans back slightly, thin arms crossed in front of her chest, and stares at you defiantly from dark eye sockets, darker and deeper set than when you first met. She blows back a lock of white hair, matted with sweat and grime, and holds back a smile from the corners of her lips.
Exactly. Exactly. Your god wants me dead. My god? Devil? Who knows? I want to make sure you understand, well, the risks. You don't get it. I'm dangerous. You have to pay attention. You have to be... Can you do that? Promise? Either you'll do it or you won't. You have to choose. Fair enough. But I can't walk beside you. You let me know if you change your mind. Hey, if you're here to talk about traveling together again, my mind hasn't changed. Unless I can trust you to do... Really? Really, really?
She grabs your hand enthusiastically and
Then the contract is sealed. Let's go, Chief.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep
A young
saying
magister paces around the brig, fussing over Alexander's unconscious form. She leans over and applies a damp cloth to his brow. She notices you observing her. She straightens her back and sets her jaw in a defiance.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. That's all the information I'm giving to any of you lot. So stow your questions, lizard. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
The Magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance. There's a shift in the Magister's expression, a flicker of doubt. Then...
I'm a good Magister, loyal. But Dallas, something about her has changed. She's toying with dark magic, like a common sorcerer. She used to sing to the ship. It let her control it. She had this old book of hymns and incantations. It was only ever in her hands, or else locked away in her cabin at the stern. That's all.
You spoke, didn't you? Ha! I knew you would eventually.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Too late for that now, Red. The bell can't be unrung.
Get away from him, sorcerer. That's the Divine. All right. Don't harm him.
I've spotted something.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice the wood groans and creaks. A face appears in the wood, tortured and the face vanishes. The anguished face...
Now, Red. The bell can't be unrung.
I've got sword fighters, mages, archers, all willing to fight by your side if the price is right.
There's got to be some clue. Dallas would have trusted someone with a secret, wouldn't she? Unless there's someone still inside.
Whatever type of companion you need, I can provide.
The door remains unmarked. The door remains...
Expert warriors for hire, all seasoned in combat. They won't let you down.
There's got to be some clue. Dallas would have trusted someone with a secret, wouldn't she?
The door remains unmarked. The door remains...
What is it, Red? The figurehead has certainly caused a commotion lately. But then again, so have the doors downstairs. Everywhere you look. This is Dallas's ship, but she can't have been the only one who could get it moving. It'd be too risky. And Dallas is... There's a way to move this ship on board, I'm sure of it. The figurehead has certainly caused a commotion. You'd be surprised. A ship like this holds many secrets. Hopefully you can discover some these seekers might have... Naughty lizards. I wouldn't have taken that rune on the figurehead as a slave scar myself. Well done. We'll need to find the song that'll control it then. Well, dying to hear them. Meister Siva is one of a rare breed. She'd do anything in the name of a cause, and her cause happens to be you. She's desperate to meet a living Godwoken. She'll be exceedingly pleased we're en route. We'd better not leave her waiting. She's a bit particular. She's the founder of these Seekers, and she's powerful. That means something when I say it. Your kind can reach astounding heights. Meister Siva can help you do just that. A place called Driftwood hosts to putrid fish, putrid dwarves, and Meister Siva herself. You'll probably find it quite comfortable.
Warriors for hire. All seasoned in
There's got to be some clue.
won't let you down.
You hear that?
The door remains unmarked. The door stays
I've plenty of fighters for hire. Oh, I see you have a full contingent already. You can put a price on the warriors I have for hire, but you can't put a price on the glory they'll win.
Whatever that Magister told you, I hope it helps.
The Magister leans in and whispers urgently.
If you ever find yourself face to face with Magisters, you tell them I was tortured. I didn't betray the cause.
Red until the cage is locked again.
You spoke, didn't you? Ha! I knew you would eventually.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Bruises swell beneath his eyes, and a shallow gash zigzags from his right ear down to his beardless cheek. Unconscious, someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly over his abdomen. They rise and fall in shallow, jagged swells. A beautiful six-sided gem rests on the bishop's chest, hung round his neck by an ordinary oiled rope. The gem sits heavily in your pouch.
You spoke, didn't you? Ha! I knew you would eventually.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate.
Too late for that now, Red. The bell can't be unrung.
Bishop Alexander lies supine on the bishop's white robes as someone has bruises. The Magister leans in.
If you ever find yourself face...
The door remains unmarked. The anguished face appears once more. It dips its forehead towards you and waits. A shudder of pleasure racks the figure in the door. It seems to breathe. All of a sudden, all anguish is gone. It gives you the sternest of looks.
I am summoned. Speak the password. Yes, and yes again.
For security reasons, please keep this door closed.
I hope you found something or someone.
Just one more moment, please.
He clicks together two halves of some type of gauntlet sitting in his lap and turns his full attention to you.
And there. Rescued at last, am I? To whom do I owe my thanks? I'm a prisoner, of course. Do you think I'd be sitting here calmly if I was a Magister holdout? That infernal Dallas woman left me trapped here, too weak to escape. It seems I'm in your debt. Why torture? What else?
He extends his arm and pushes up the sleeve. Beneath, the skin is withered and discolored, as if it were magically decayed.
She used some form of domination device on me, forcing my hands to do her bidding, and I've ruined them in the process. Well, the situation is looking immeasurably better now. You'll hear no more complaints from me. So why don't you tell me all about my valiant rescuers? To whom do I owe my thanks? Your blood means nothing to me, Lizard. Merit is what I value. I ought to continue what I'm doing here, unless there was anything else. Despite what she did to me, I can't help but admire the woman a little. She's unwavering. She will break before she bends. If you cross paths with her, be sure to break her. I doubt you will get another chance. I have particular skills that she sought. Healing, crafting, and more arcane magical practices. She had me enchant a dead cat, for instance, so it would seem alive.
He clicks the gauntlet into place around his withered forearm, his eyes on you the whole time.
But that damn contraption that she used on me seems to have fogged my memory. The rest is a blur. No! Necromancy is an unsavory practice, not something to be trifled with lightly. This is but a cunning illusion of my own creation, nothing more.
His face abruptly creases into a smile.
But come now. Enough of Dallas and dead cats. You've taken this ship and granted my freedom. This is a happy moment. I'm afraid I cannot tell you what I do not remember. Could you pass me that copper wire just there?
He takes the copper with a nod of gratitude. His sleeve slips back above his elbow. In its crook, you see part of a tattoo. A pattern of concentric circles rendered in black.
Perhaps my memory will come back with time. But for now, I'm afraid there's little more I can add. I'm doing my utmost to be civil to you, under rather trying circumstances. Why must you push me like this? Well, you're painting me into a corner here, friend. And I don't—
Let the creature live. He is hardly worth our time.
Anyone who faced enslavement deserves our sympathy, not our blades.
Something tells me that he'll only bring us woe, but I can't...
He takes your hand in his gauntlet-clad fist and shakes it. There's a lot more power in his grip than his slender frame would suggest.
Call me Tarquin, and consider me at your service. We're barely acquainted. Why should I tell you anything personal? I do not confide in reptilian fops. Whatever measure you have of yourself is no doubt bloated by the labors of slaves. Leave me. There's likely not a soul aboard this ship without secrets they'd rather keep hidden. Why should I face more scrutiny than the rest? Unanswered questions are a challenge, my friend. Where's the fun in easy answers? If you're so convinced that I'm hiding something, come up with a hypothesis. Then we can talk. No, this piece is far beyond what those wretches could muster. This is something of my own design, to meet my own requirements. The Magisters left me weakened, but this will help give me the strength to carry on my work.
This looks like a teleporter pyramid. It could certainly come in handy.
A teleporter pyramid. Only one way to find out if it works. Try using it.
This looks like a teleporter pyramid. It could certainly come in handy.
A teleporter pyramid. Only one way to find out if it works. Try using it.
This is written in ancient lizard script. It appears to be a song.
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
What's this? I found something.
What's this? I found something.
Expert warriors for hire, seasoned in combat. They won't let you down.
For security
I'll need to get clever with this lock.
Chunk.
I'm a monster. I click and clack as I stalk my prey. My tail rattles like a snake's. I suffer. Don't touch me. My very being's was Tarquin, that wretch, that rat. I ate an ill mouse and passed in my sleep, and the brooding boar brought me back on a log. Me miserable. Mumsy? Is she here? Mumsy, where are you? 'Tis I, Boopley Bear. I am quite changed, but don't be frightened. You? She sent you?
The cat begins to purr and rub itself on your ankles.
Any friend to Mumsy is a friend to me. I believe the song is around here somewhere. As I said, not Mumsy. You'll need the song for that. The song, of course. Trouble not my weary mind with duncery.
The cat purrs, an eerie clicking sound.
Tell Mumsy to come back soon. Now that I am but bone, I'm too light to trip the moving...
The soul jar stands on its plinth, glowing softly. From within, you see, or rather, your vision swims. The scene twists. You feel a jolt and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you. As you remove the lid, for a moment you're seeing... The necromancer's memories fade to black, but the feelings remain.
They may have been a necromancer, but they did not feel...
Anyone who marches at the head of an undead host...
One must wonder how many more...
This jar glitters and glows. With a jerk, the door opens. The dwarf, you pull your hand away from the jar. For just a moment, you feel when you open your... The pictograms on the jar stand fixed, and as you reach and you blink, the image...
I'm glad you decided to put that moment of doubt behind you. The last thing we need here is more unpleasantness. I'm glad you decided to put that moment of doubt behind you. The last thing we need here is more unpleasantness. I'm glad you decided to put that moment of doubt behind you. The last thing we need here is more unpleasantness.
doesn't it? Hurts, doesn't it?
Guards or victims?
Both, I fear.
Another pyramid.
You after something? Looking to interrogate me again, perhaps? You after something? Looking to interrogate me again? I'm glad that your doubts have been put to rest, my undead friend. The last thing we need here is more unpleasantness. I see no cause for alarm. I'm not some uneducated simpleton, you know. We're barely acquainted. Why should I tell you anything personal?
A flicker of hesitation crosses Tarquin's face. He glances down to his wasted limbs.
You're most persistent. Perhaps our past will pit us both against the hammer. We will see. But don't claim me as an ally just yet. My allies tend to die. You after something? Looking to interrogate me again, perhaps?
You saw what I could not.
I hope you found something or some...
Mages, archers, all willing...
What is it, Red? I'd give you a gold star if I had one to hand. I mean that very sincerely. Go on then. Sing it to the figurehead and get her to sail. Atta slaver. Time to sing, Godwoken. Time to sing.
Now my scales are singed. Ouch. Now my scales are singed. Ouch. Now my scales are singed. My scales are singed.
Void Slayer, Worm Killer, Godwoken. You have many names. Let's add ship's captain to the list once we get this thing moving, shall we? Driftwood, of course. Little fishing village. Not very welcoming, but you'll brighten it up, I'm sure. Got family near there. Meister Siever's there too. One of your kin. My leader. Our leader. She held the Seekers together when we had every reason to fall apart. Think of her as a teacher. The powers of the Seven stir in you. She'll reveal them to you. Show you how to manipulate them. I won't let the Fallen be forgotten. I'd be no better than Dallas, no better than Alexander, if I just tossed their remains into the sea. To think that whelp spawned from greatness. He deserves no better fate than his silent monks. All this blood. Children ripped from families. Seekers ripped from me. He's down there now, guarded like some precious jewel, rather than leashed and flogged like the dog he is. Amazing to think those of us in the Order once assumed the gods were with him, and only him. That was before we found the others. Other Godwoken. When Lucian died, we waited, and waited some more. Alexander never rose to divinity. Then we started to find more like him. We weren't the only ones who noticed either. Not every Godwoken we found was alive, and so the Seekers were born. We found Godwoken, housed them, fed them. I loved them like family. I was naive. But let's leave the past in the past and reach for what's ahead. She's not. Well, not in the strictest sense. She's not exactly an elf either. Half demon, Meister Siva says, and I don't doubt it. I don't know how Siva came to know her, but Malady's a proper ally. She's not easy to like, but there are times I admire her coldness.
Gareth fingers the hilt of his blade. He stares at nothing in particular before turning his gaze back to you.
Keep Lucian close, Godwoken. May the fallen rest easy in the Hall of Echoes.
Gareth pauses, then...
A mistake was made. Keep Lucian close.
Time to sing.
There must be something around here.
Whatever that Magister told you, I hope it helps. All right then, just... I'll keep an eye on the red until the cage is locked again.
The Magister leans in.
If you ever find yourself face to...
Bishop Alexander lies bruises someone who... The bishop's white...
You after something? Looking to
Which way shall I fly?
There must be something around here.
The silent monk...
Nothing on any of the dead bodies. Maybe there's something below decks.
Time to sing. Time to sing, Godwoken. Now.
Ouch. Now my scales are singed.
Thanks! What did I do to deserve that?
May the fallen rest easy in the Hall of Echo. Keep Lucian close.
Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest. I warned you, didn't I? Why did the gods choose a fool with a death wish to be their champion?
The figurehead looms ahead, continuing its silent watch over the seas. The deck beneath you groans and trembles, like the ship itself is awaking from a slumber. A deep sigh emerges, unmistakably the sound of a living being.
You are not the witch. You are not Dallas. You sang the song. Now you must decide my fate. Are you to be my new master? Perhaps lizard blood does not truly run cold then. Thank you. But I cannot be free again. Not truly. I am a vessel, and must be guided. Let me ask. I am here to serve in all ways. Sacrifice must be made willingly. Our home was stolen from us. Magisters destroyed our way of life to end the war they started. Then they uprooted me, and they tore me apart and turned me into this monstrosity.
The creaking of the ship eases into a contemplative silence.
Once, I was an elf. I passed away and was reborn as an ancestor tree. In a beautiful forest surrounded by kin of both flesh and root. But that time has passed. I saw that forest reduced to a dead place. Then I was taken away. My memories were lost, like the leaves from my branches. Of course, wherever there is sea, I will endeavor to bring you. Consult with your companions and set a course.
The ship's awake. Good. Is she ready to sail?
Our sacred ancestor trees, turned into the slaves of warmongers.
A slow, toothless smile stretches across her face.
To driftwood, then.
We have to put this island behind us.
It most certainly is. Forward.
We have to make good on our
With the sun on their backs and the wind in their sails, the Godwoken watched Fort Joy shrink behind them. But their capture of the Lady Vengeance had not gone unnoticed.
I
respect your mettle, sorcerers. You steal my ship, kill my bishop, and ally with demons. But you have no idea what you're really dealing with.
We are ready, mistress.
Yes, but are they?
I swear, mistress. I swear they'll perform admirably.
Very well. Show me. Goodbye, sorcerers. This is my ship. I won't see it taken from under my feet. You, act!
Yes, mistress.
Oh, for the love of the void. Listen up. We can't win this one, but I can get us to safety. You'll need to buy me time. Show us what you can do, Godwoken.
Godwoken? Parasites, rather.
I'll take care of it, mistress. Here's a rather explosive little trick I've learned. Let's see how it suits you.
It's like lava flowing through me. I can't contain it for long.
me, we're all done for.
Stop that elf! Her sorcery must be silenced!
Hippies, hold them off. I need more time.
You will not take me again, Dallas.
Die. Get over here and don't stop. It's working.
Here's a rather explosive little trick I've learned. Let's see how it suits you.
Burning. It's like a bomb in my belly, ready to burst.
die.
Stop her!
Almost there. A little longer.
Stop her sorcery!
Here's a rather explosive little trick I've learned. Let's see how it suits you.
is mine.
Silence the demon! She must be stopped!
Damn, I'm good.
With the help of the half-demon malady, the God-Woken escaped through the veil that separates life from death.
The air here has a familiar smell, like the place you grew up. Old memories begin to well within you, but the sweet sour smell of decay suddenly punctures them. A faint creaking sounds in the distance.
Is that a tree? What's hanging from it? Must be a way across. Solstice? The gods? Are they dead? How can this be?
Before you hangs a great ethereal orc, his face twisted in a knot of pain as cursed tendrils constrict him. As the cursed tendrils slacken, Solstice in wheezes become a hum.
A champion I called. My champion did come. First among my chosen, first among them. Together we gazed into the black. We turned our backs to it. We turned. You have come. My prince, my chosen. It is not too late. Not yet, but almost. Yes, and while we quibbled, an enemy greater than any one of us stole in like a thief in the night. But here you are, my chosen, my God-Woken, our hope. You will undo what has been done. I saw it as I drifted here, at the midpoint between reality and oblivion. I saw Rivalon. But there was no Rivalon. There were no people, no ancient empire, none of our people, none of our great works. I grow cold now, even thinking about it. It was not a dream, God-Woken. It was a threat. A promise from our enemy. The enemy you and you alone can stop. It was a vision of the void, and it made me tremble with fear. Yes, my prince. I, the goddess. I who created you. Tremble. Soon the Severed will be nothing but morsels in the maws of the void. Unless you do as I bid you. Do what I blessed you for. You have already set loose some of the powers locked within you. But there is a great well of possibility as yet untapped. You cannot stop. until you ascend to the highest heights of your power. You cannot stop until you become divine. Like Lucian, you will be called to unite the powers of the Seven against the Void. Like Lucian, you will lead our proud people to preeminence. But unlike Lucian, your weakness will not lead you to foolish failure.
She opens her mouth to respond, but stops dead. Her head jerks from side to side, searching for something unseen.
You must hurry. I hear it singing to me. Fire and ice, death and skulls, blackness, blackness. Go!
White-hot cold pierces your heart like a blade. You are frozen to the spot. The burning cold pumps through you like a curse, and then... The same troubled look is visible on each face. You've seen the gods beaten and defiled, strung up as a warning.
I had dreams of what I should say if I saw the Seven Lords once more. But that was a nightmare.
What can yet be blessed, can yet be restored. One way or another, divinity will survive. Through all of you, and all of me.
Gods, schmods. They aren't interested in me, and I'm not interested in them. It seems whatever's inside me is more powerful than any of them anyway. Or at least more cunning.